I'm Athol Williams, the co-founder of Read to Rise. What inspired me to start the program was my observation around two things. One was that children in our under-resourced communities didn't have access to books. There weren't books in their classrooms, they didn't have school libraries, didn't have access to community libraries. And so my one goal was to get them improve their access to books. So just kind of literally make sure they have their own books. A lot of this is children who don't have books in their homes, they've never owned a book. The second thing was to make these books inspirational. Not just any old book, but to get children excited about reading and inspired to read. And so a core part of Read to Rise is the Rise part, which is about getting children excited to read, and especially to read for pleasure. So I write all of the Oki books. We got Oki, a character, an acorn, and an oak tree. So I write these stories, which we then put as part of the Read to Rise program and distribute to children. The narrative I choose importantly around sound literary aspects. So are these words appropriate for the age, for the child who's going to read it? But importantly, again, around the message. I want to make sure it's a story that inspires children. It's a story that the children can relate to, but also has an important message for them. So things like being happy with yourself, things like getting advice from people around you, and so that's kind of how I base the stories.
I'm Wesley Ford for our city. I'm reporting from Huguenot Primary in Mitchells Plain, where the Read to Rise program is handing out free books to grade 2 and grade 3 learners, and also teaching them the value of reading and education.
What's happening to Oki? Oki was a big oak tree. He was once an acorn who grew into a sapling. Then he grew into a small oak tree, and finally he grew into an oak tree so big that he was bigger than a house.
My name is Roscoe Williams. I'm the program manager for Read to Rise. Read to Rise is a literacy organization working in under-resourced communities, and our whole purpose is to get children excited about reading. And we've come up with these amazing books called Oki. Oki is our main character, and we got a series, four books. There's a series of books which we use in these schools as part of our lesson. So every day we go into the school, myself and my facilitators, and we conduct our inspiring lesson in the class, where we try to uplift and encourage children to read. And we've come up with a story that has these amazing life lessons in these books. We got Oki the Brave Acorn, Oki and the Sun, What's Happening to Oki, and our newest one is What is Happening to Oki. So we go there into the schools using these books. So these kids get to keep this brand new book, which is sponsored by our amazing funders, and it's for them to take home. And our whole aim is to get them encouraged to read at home. And obviously once they're done reading this book, hopefully they go into the libraries, public libraries, and actually read some more books. So our whole aim is to get kids reading, because we believe children that can read will become better people in society.
Because we found out that there are a lot of children that don't want to read. Do you know that? Even here at your school, there are children that do not want to read. Okay? And as we know, if you, one day when you grow up, and you want to go pursue a career, when you want to study, it's going to require you to read. So if you want to become a teacher, for example, or a doctor, how are you going to go and study? And you can't read. You understand? And that's why I know some children struggle to read. And that's why we encourage children to actually practice their reading.
Okay, so we're working in the grade 2s and the grade 3s. So we like to emphasize we're not a courier service. We don't just drop off books. We go into the class, spend about an hour in the class, and it's a very interactive lesson with the learners. We ask the questions, we get them to participate, to identify the different parts of the animals or the trees on the board, and that's how we get them to engage. And then they would obviously listen to the story. So our aim is to be in the class. The teachers love us. We get the support of the school, and that's why we spend this time in this class, and we get the learners engaged with our program.
And the bright light that came from the sun, his branches were filled with green leaves and brown acorns. Oki's branches were so full of leaves that it looked like he had a gigantic green afro. You know what's an afro? Do I have an afro?
So we truly blessed by some corporates that do fund our organization. We also get a lot of support from individuals coming from under-resourced communities, and they will sponsor whether it's one book or whether it's 10 books. So all our books are sponsored by all these amazing funders that provide these books to these learners. We work a lot with volunteers also. As you can see, our books are covered in plastic. We have an amazing team of ladies that come to our office. We've got some corporates that come in, they sit and cover these books, which are then provided to the learners at no cost. So I think our mission is not complete. You know, often people ask, does your program work, or is it effective? You know, it's hard to say. You know, we do get feedback from some parents that actually tell us about how the child's lives have actually changed. We wish to continue our program. We don't want to disappear, so we can't be busy with grade 2s and grade 3s. The feedback we're getting from the schools is they wish for us to continue throughout the grades. So that is our long-term vision, is to be able to provide a service to all the learners in all the grades, because I want to see these learners grow. We have to remind them continuously of what they need to do. We want them to become positive people in the community, not seeing the wrong things on the road as the right thing, you know.
Think Oki is sick. Well, let me have a look, said Dr. Mavis. She saw that Oki's branches were bare. How are you feeling, Oki? She asked. I'm fine, replied Oki. She took out the stethoscope and examined Oki. After examining him, Dr. Mavis spoke to Nazim and Temba. Oki is not sick. His branches are bare because the seasons has changed from autumn to winter. In winter, the leaves of a tree fall off its branches. Oh, said Temba and Nazim, we understand. It is now winter. When the seasons changes from autumn to winter, Oki's leaves fall off his branches. That's right, said Dr. Mavis. This happens every year in winter. So will my feathers also fall off in winter? Asked Nazim, looking very worried. Nazim imagined himself without any feathers.
I'm Shauna Zess and I'm a grade 3 teacher. I think this is an amazing initiative because, for starters, the learners get a break from the teacher's voice. And Read to Rise is giving them morals also, and for a change, it's not the teacher's voice that they're hearing it from. So they get to see a role model talking the same language that the teacher's talking. The vocabulary in the story, the moral, it's exactly what we do in CAPS, so it's another great way to reinforce the vocab and the phonics that we teach. I have a lovely class, I must say. So the challenges that I face is mostly contextual challenges, such as absenteeism and family feuds that boils over into the classroom. Other than that, I don't have a problem with discipline. They are normal children, so they will take their chances here and there, but it's manageable. The other challenges that we face is the parents' lack of understanding of schooling also. I've had some parents come and tell me they don't understand this maths, for instance, and then we need to train and educate our parents as well to teach the learner further at home. This is a new age that we're living in, so our learners are so used to technology like cell phones and YouTube. So I use my electronic devices like YouTube videos, and they've got electronic books online as well. So for a change and a break from my voice, which can become boring for them sometimes, I use my laptop and my internet.